Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So we have been talking about Telcoin for a bit of time now, and specifically, we have been highlighting the digital cash solution that they actually recently did announce with their new website. Now, as you guys are all aware, yes, digital cash means stablecoins. But it's not just around US dollar backed stablecoins. Telcoin is doing something a little bit different compared to most of the projects in this space, which is supporting multi-currency stablecoins. We're talking about the major fiat currencies of the world moving on chain in a digital tokenized way. That's exactly what stablecoins are. And, as we really think about this, I've been highlighting this use case for a bit now because, again, what are we hearing right now? We are hearing a lot of talks around stablecoin implementation, integration, utilization, adoption, and technically even mass adoption of stablecoins. So we look at projects like Telcoin that are actually supporting this. Now, for those that haven't watched the previous videos, we know that Telcoin does have the EUSD and also the euro coming up. They're going to be launching their own stablecoins. We also have a ton of stablecoins here already on the right side in some of the major fiat currencies in the world. I absolutely love this for Telcoin, and a lot of people are still completely missing the overall target here when it comes to Telcoin launching these new major initiatives, also getting very close with major regulators that are also making a lot of moves around their Telcoin bank, which is a digital asset bank. So Telcoin must be focused on right now. But again, when we think about stablecoins, we obviously cannot overlook the growth of stablecoins. Recently, Glassnode put out a great report, and it was since January 1st, the aggregate stablecoin supply has increased by $20.17 billion. This is a 10.9% growth, now reaching more than $205 billion. For comparison, the December peak clocked in at 187 billion, but the supply actually contracted in the last 2 weeks of 2024 and dropped to $185 billion by January 2025. Now, a lot of this definitely is due to the fact that people were utilizing stablecoins to buy, Bitcoin, altcoins, whatever the case may be. And now we are starting to see that, change because a lot of people are also taking profits. They're selling. The market shakeout has definitely hit them hard. So that's why we are starting to see a big supply growth from stablecoins. But we also have a 30-day net position change in terms of stablecoin supply. So the supply around stablecoins has actually grown by $3.33 billion, up 1.65% in the past 30 days, with inflow stabilizing at levels last seen in September of 2024, around 2.37 billion, upside of 1.2%. And we can actually see that overall market cap percentage change. Now, also, we have the quarterly growth. So quarter 4 of 2024, we saw a growth of $23.86 billion, upside of 14.7%. Then, of course, quarter 1 of this year so far, because again, it's not the end of the quarter just yet, 20.17 billion, 10.9%. In absolute terms, each of the last 2 quarters saw stronger supply expansion than quarter 2 plus quarter 3 2024 combined, $18.6 billion, upside of 10.2%. So again, we could see just how much growth is happening around the stablecoin market. We know that this market is poised for massive amounts of growth, projected at 2.8 trillion within the next 3 years in 2028. So whoever is getting behind stablecoins now and starting to build out some solid foundations behind it are going to reap the rewards. And I do believe that Telcoin is very early on here. They're also making a very strong move around the digital asset bank. And I think that they're actually a prime example of what some projects in the space, if they are really going to, I would say define themselves as like the future of finance or whatever, they should start following in the footsteps of Telcoin. There's been a lot of rumors around additional players in the space becoming a bank of banks. Ripple is a big, focus here. But I do think that Telcoin is making a lot of moves. And the noise is definitely loud for those that want to hear. The problem is that a lot of people are drowning it out and they're not even paying attention to Telcoin. And I think that this is one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people are actually making this cycle. Now, outside of just this growth rate around stablecoins, BNY Mellon. So this is like one of the biggest US banks. They actually just deepened a relationship with stablecoin company Circle around offering their clients an opportunity to send money to and from the stablecoin company to buy or sell Circle's stablecoins. So this is a huge move. And again, it just shows you how big stablecoins are becoming when you have big banks like BNY Mellon starting to offer, additional services from Circle. And we have BNY and Circle continue to work to bridge the gap between traditional and digital finance and are exploring how to deepen our relationship to benefit financial markets. And again, this is all through stablecoins. The opportunity to work with BNY Mellon is one way we build bridges between traditional financial services and emerging digital asset markets. And this is actually coming from Jeremy Allaire, without sacrificing trust. Again, banks are going to go all in on stablecoins. It makes a lot of sense. It's low risk. It allows them to also make a lot of money. And, at the end of the day, guess what? Stablecoin legislation is starting to move fast. Even over in Japan, we saw a big bill get planned to expand stablecoin assets and other crypto changes as well. And these are the key changes. Number one, more diversity in stablecoin reserves for trust-style stablecoins. By the way, let's go back to digital cash real quick. We do know that the Japanese yen, the EJPY, is there. So already Telcoin is getting ready. The ability to order exchanges to provide onshore custody of all spot crypto and stablecoins for the purposes of bankruptcy protections, and creating a new kind of intermediary that acts as a broker, introducing clients to crypto exchanges. So again, the stablecoin revolution is here. The race has been on for a while, and we're now starting to see even the biggest players like the FSB, which is working on a global harmonized crypto framework for regulations. They're even talking about stablecoins in a big way. They've actually been planning around stablecoins for a while. And this is one, group that you really want to pay attention to because, they are starting to advance a lot of those stablecoin arrangement moves around regulations. We even have here impact of jurisdictional regulatory frameworks on decisions of crypto asset issuers and service providers, including stablecoin arrangements to locate and structure their business. So again, this is an organization, a top organization that's working with the BIS, the G20, the IMF, the World Bank, and they're starting to really put a big focus on stablecoins. So when we start to see these moves happening behind the scenes, well, guess what? Everything around crypto and stablecoins are accelerating, and you have to buckle up and pay attention. Now, also more recently in the US, Genius Act clears Senate Banking Committee what it means for stablecoins. This was another big move in terms of stablecoin legislation. Listen, Congress is fully supportive of stablecoins. They know that stablecoins actually support the US dollar dominance, most of them at least because they are USD backed. But it's not just going to be USD backed stablecoins. We're going to see stablecoins in every single major fiat currency in the world. But we are starting to see the race being put on around getting regulations right for stablecoins to be integrated within the traditional system. And this is huge for players like Telcoin that have been preparing. And we even have over here the announcement from the financial services GOP in the US. Stablecoins hold promise as a potential cornerstone of a modern payment system. They are increasingly used for payroll, trade settlement, business transfers, remittances, cross-border payments as well. Guys, the writing is on the wall for Telcoin. And even over here, Telcoin did quote the Forbes article and said federal stablecoin legislation will revolutionize banking and payments by creating a native link between the current global financial system and blockchain. In addition to making the entire crypto ecosystem real-world usable, this will bring us the Internet of Money, direct merchant digital cash payments, and crypto-powered banking products that put consumers in control. And guess what's crazy about this? Telcoin is becoming a big leader when it comes to stablecoin initiatives, when it comes to even digital banking initiatives. And the craziest part about all of it is the fact that this is a project that has sub $1 billion in market cap. Think about some of the additional projects in this space. And I'm not even going to mention meme coins, right? Because if we mention Dogecoin, $26 billion in market cap, Shiba Inu, $7.5 billion in market cap. We could scroll down the list. Pepe, almost $3 billion in market cap. I mean, it's very, very easy to say, guess what? Telcoin is extremely undervalued. But to really put it into perspective and looking at meme coins and even looking at some of the top 25 projects in this space by market cap compared to what Telcoin is doing, Telcoin is extremely undervalued. Just for reference, right? If we're going off of Telcoin going back to 2021's all-time high, it would be about a 6.4x away. It would be sitting at almost 4 cents. Now, this is the starting point. In my opinion, this is what we want to see Telcoin hit this cycle, at least at the bare minimum. My overall price prediction for Telcoin has always been 10 plus cents. I do believe that we will hit that. And even when we compare to some projects, let's just look at Dash, right? So Dash is a long-term Dino coin. It's a project that has been around forever. And at its all-time high, Telcoin would be around 12.5 cents. I actually think that this is a very fair valuation, almost $12 billion in market cap. And a lot of people are probably already going down to the comment sections right now saying, how could you say that Telcoin's worth $12 billion, blah, blah, blah. And it's very simple, right? Like, let's actually look at the list right now for the top 10 projects. Okay, what does Tron do? Please tell me what is holding Tron's value at $21 billion. I mean, yeah, we know that there's a large DeFi ecosystem around Tron. We know that there's a lot of, stuff happening around the Tron ecosystem. But at the end of the day, a lot of these projects that are in the top 10, top 15, top 20, a lot of them are just really kind of nothing. I mean, there's a lot of vaporware technology in this space. And, I always say, when we look at some of these projects and we think about what additional projects like Telcoin are doing, I think that the valuation is very, very conservative for, $12 billion. And even if you think that that is crazy, let's just go back in time real quick, because we know that today's crypto market is completely different than 2021's. Okay, we now have a presidential admin supporting crypto in a big way. We now have a crypto strategic reserve. We now have a crypto strategic stockpile as well. So the space is definitely starting to mature a bit. When we go back in time to 2021, look at these market caps here. So again, just going off of this market cap here at around almost $12 billion, okay? Going back to 2021, that would technically put Telcoin at number 13. And mind you, this isn't even the top of that cycle. If we, go one more week ahead, we could see that it would actually technically put it into the number 17 position if we were going to hit this market capitalization of 11.6 billion roughly. Now, we go one more week ahead, and we could start to see a little bit of a shift here. Again, it would put it into number 19 roughly. And I think that that's fair. I think that that is, possible. I actually think that it's something that isn't too far-fetched. And I think that right now, with everything that's happening around this space, Telcoin has some very strong narratives tied to it. I think that as we start to see stablecoins advance and advance and advance, projects like Telcoin are going to shine among the rest. And not to even mention that majority of the supply is already released. I really do think that Telcoin is going to surprise a lot of people. And I know that I've said that many times over in the past, but when we think about what's going on right now around finance, around crypto, crypto's on center stage. Everyone is talking about crypto. Everyone is talking about stablecoins that actually matter. And I'm not just talking about retail, right? Like, we know retail is still talking about crypto, but the large majority hasn't even, flown into the space yet. I mean, when we think about retail, they're not here in a huge way. They started to show up a bit in December, but outside of that, they already got shaken out by the recent price action. So when we think about how crazy this cycle could get with how much more money is going to flow into the space, I actually think that in order to get into the top 20, the market capitalization and get into the top 20 will eventually be $20 billion. And I don't think that that's crazy when we think about this space hitting $5 to $7 trillion when the total market cap of crypto hit about $3 trillion back in 2021. And to get into the top 20, you had to have almost $10 billion. And that's when most of the altcoins were actually topped out. To get into the top 20 here, almost 2 billion next week. To get into the top 20, you had to have roughly $3 billion. So again, I think that Telcoin can accomplish some of these higher price prediction targets. You know, algo all-time high, 13.4 billion, 14.5 cents, and just a crazy one, almost $17 billion, all-time high of VeChain, 18.5 cents. I still think that it's possible. I think that Telcoin has a lot of steam behind it. I think that the Telcoin team is absolutely killing it. So this is definitely one that you want to focus on. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.